Hey, it's Oz here, and in this video, I want to tell you about one of my all-time favorite resources. If you're looking for free design resources, whether it's graphics, icons, sounds, images, software, this resource is for you. And best of all, it's free. Okay, so here we are at the Icons 8 website. Now, I've spoken about this resource, which is icons8.com. I've spoken about them in the past. I've blogged about them. I've also created videos about them and step-by-step tutorials because this is a resource that I love. I've used this for a very long time and they've been around for quite a while. Now, they started out as an icons only resource and they did that really well. They still have thousands upon thousands of icons and they're all really high quality. And I will walk you through this, so just hang on a second because this is worth seeing. But recently I was in touch with Icons 8 and it turns out that they've been working hard behind the scenes to expand their service. And this is something really exciting because they're now branching out into stock photography and stock music, illustrations, and that kind of thing. And this is great. I mean, there are some big players in the stock photography space, but it's great to see somebody else getting in because if you're a creative, you're a designer or a photographer, then this is another channel for you in which to distribute your content. Competition is healthy. It means that it's not all in the hands of just a couple of big players. The more competitors we have, the fairer things generally are across the board for us solopreneurs. This is what you can see on the screen now. It's icons8.com. And here you see that you have a search bar and you have a drop down now, which enables you to search for icons, photos, or music. And you can see here some of the icons. They're really high quality. They also do vector images, by the way, and you can use these icons for YouTube, for social media, for your website, for your blog, for any project that you need. By the way, all these resources are free, but you need to attribute back to them, which is only fair. You need to read the terms and conditions in Icons 8. It's pointless me going through those now because they can always change in future and that would make this video irrelevant. So before you use any image on whatever website you are, of course, check the up-to-date terms of service. So as an example, let's search for something. Let's do a search for a Twitter icon. Okay, so I'm going to click on search. This will give you a little preview into how easy and how well thought out this interface is. Okay, so you see that you have different packs of icons. Okay, and I'm just going to click on this one, flat color, why not? Okay, now on the left hand side here you have a search bar which enables you to narrow down your selection. I mean, you can narrow down by material, you can narrow down by color. You have different styles like Windows 10 or simple small. You have an outline, iOS material outlined, Windows 10, dotted, hand-drawn. You have a filled drop down, you have a color drop down, you have a tiny drop down with more and more choices. Okay, so this is really cool. So in this example, I'm just going to click on the Twitter icon. So you see this on your screen. As it is, you can now just click on download and download that icon as is. But you'll notice that you have different styles here. So I'm just going to click through a few of these and just show you these. Okay. Now you'll notice here on the left hand side next to the icon, you have even more choices. So if I go to overlay, let that load for a second, I could add any of these items. And there's a scroll bar, by the way, you can add a lot more. Now, I'm not going to bother with that, so I'm going to switch the overlay off. I'll switch the text on and just give you an example. In fact, let me go to color. Let's just change that icon color. Okay. Now, I enabled the text, and that's why you can see a T there. So let me just type in the Twitter. we'll just reduce that text there. I wouldn't necessarily have text on an icon. This is just for demo purposes. Now the stroke, you can make that larger. The stroke is the image that you see outside of the around the image. Okay, now padding I'm not going to bother with. Background I'm not going to bother with, but you can see that you can have different colors. In fact, let's add a background. Why not? Okay, now let's have a look. The circle, you can increase the stroke around the circle. Okay, that's really cool. And you can change that to a square. You can increase the stroke as well. You can add a corner radius. It's really, really cool. And you can either click on done. In this example, I'm going to click on cancel. Okay, so let's go back to the original. And when you're done, you can just click on download. And here you'll see a selection of sizes. You can click on 50, 100, 500 pixels or a custom size. And you can click on different formats. PDF, SVG, EPS, and PNG. Okay, so I'm going to go for PNG and I'm going to go to 50px and click on download. And that's it. There's nothing to sign up to. There's nothing to really do other than just have the icon how you want it and click on download. Now, if I click on that just to open it up, we'll see what it is that we've downloaded. And there it is. So really high quality icons. As I said before, you can use these icons for your social media projects, for your YouTube. The nice thing here is that if you're using them on your website or even on a project for a client or one for yourself, you can change the colors and make them match your brand so that you stay consistent with your own brand. And you're doing all this without the need to pay a graphic designer. But let me go back to the homepage now and just show you a couple more things while I'm here. So you'll see that they've got a music library. You have all these music loops and music sounds. You've got on the left hand side here different categories, and please bear in mind that this is a growing resource. They haven't been doing this long compared to big players out there that deal with stock music and stock images and so on. It's always good to support these platforms early on because you don't know how big they're going to get. Okay, so let's go back here and just click on photos. And they do have a decent choice of photos actually. Okay, and you can see in this section that they have a lot of categories, and a lot of them are quite current and relevant to today. I mean, they have a category called cryptocurrencies and another one called artificial intelligence, which I was quite impressed by actually. So yeah, this is good stuff. I'm pretty pleased to see them do this kind of thing. I mean, this could make a very good background for someone. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. I just want to show you, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you'll see that there's a section called licenses. There's free license, which will explain exactly what you need to do. Use for free, but please set a link. Okay, so you do need to link, and it explains in here why you should do that and where to put the link. Okay, and if you have any questions or any difficulty, just contact them. There's even a link here to do that. So it's not difficult, and it's all set out for you. Now, the other bit that I wanted to show you is that there is a paid license section as well. And they do offer a paid solution which gives you access to all the icons, all the resources, with no linking required, if that's something that you want to do. I mean, if you're running an agency, maybe a design agency, or you're doing a lot of client work, then this could be worthwhile because it's not really expensive. You know, it all depends on your situation and on what it is that you want. So once again, the website is icons8.com. I think this is something that every solopreneur should have in their toolkit. So do check them out, and I think you'll be surprised. Now, there's a lot more reviews and cool stuff coming up, so make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click the bell to be notified, and that way you don't miss a thing. In the meantime, take it easy, and I shall catch you in the next video.